All right, so here are the crashes. Remember, PST7 18-inch crash model. PST7 18-inch thin crash model. Ready? We'll start with the, as usual, left to right. Yeah, you know, anyway, hey, so the thing that I've always found, in a weird way, and it's, they have the flatter Peisty profile, and they have that more domed, classic Peisty, you know, you'd see, these PST7s are really great. I'm telling you, if I had Peisty's ear back when they were developing these, I would have called them, I wouldn't have put them in the PST, I would have called, you could have called these 2002 studio crashes. Just make a line, 2002 studio crashes. I'm totally serious. Because they're great. I mean, even the crash. The thin crash is unbelievably great. And let me show you what I mean. Wait, did I give you the camera? Here, again, without the bass drum. So what I'm going to do is show you the difference. Check this out. The sustain on the 18-inch thin crash is pretty good. But now check out the 16. So again, I'm going to do the results for that video later. But check it out. So here I have here's the PST7 16-inch thin crash, okay? Now listen to this. It's 16. I think it's 1,000 grams. Oh no, I'm sorry. 821. Yeah, the crash is probably like, I don't know, 1050 or something. Here we go. You really hear, well, I guess you notice it in the 18-inch thin crash too. Especially the thin crash, that weight. It decays. I mean, the great thing, you know, 2002s and giant beats. Here, let's put this other one back up. The 2002s and the giant beats. I just like to try and put my money where my mouth is. I might as well make some claims here, right? I mean, that I'm trying to show everybody. So, all right. So, again, here is I'm only going to trust that it'll hopefully show up on the tape. 18-inch PST7 thin crash. What I'm going to put on now that's a thin crash, but I'm going to put on the, yeah, let's do this. So, what I have here, what's the one closest in weight, though? The one closest in weight, time out. What is the word on this? Hunka burning love. Okay, so 1403. All right, so 1403 grams, it's a 505 with the giant beat bell, but the 505 lathing, which is essentially not very different at all from the 2002 lathing. Okay, so here we go. 505 to the PST7 thin crash. Check this out. You know what I mean? They're like 2002 muted a little bit. Even though but here's the thing, they are not 2002s. They have the 2002 lathing from the edge, the shoulder of the cymbal to the edge, and then from the hole itself to the edge, okay? So they're sort of similar to other PST7s and stuff where they sort of have the regular sort of PST, kind of the 0502 bronze lathing to about here. But they're wonderful cymbals, wonderful value. Made in Switzerland. 18-inch crash model, the PST7, up against the Zildjian I. let's get the Zildjian Eye Crash, okay? So the PST-7, what do those go for? Oh my God. What'd I do with that? Hunka. What'd I do with it, man? That shouldn't be that far from me here. It's a great cymbal, that 18-inch Zildjian Eye Crash. Hello. I do this all the time. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the color sound, the 505. Color sound, the 505. Thin Crash, PST-7. The 2002 70s medium 18. And the 502 plus 18. Oh yeah, here, let's do this. See, this is what I would say too. See, check this out. This is my beloved Paiste 502 Plus. See the plus? Look, otherwise it looks the same as the Saz. People used to call them Saz. Paiste, Saz. Which actually I can understand. I mean, that's what the hell it looks. Anyway, so it's an 18-inch crash model. It's 1425 grams, a perfect weight. This one, again, the PST-7. I'll put the other stuff up again. PST-7 18-inch crash up against the. Here we go. Ready? Now, here's the thing. This is more the bell on this 502, what they used to use sometimes. I love this bell. It's like a not as big original CYMBAL type bell. You know what I mean? It's similar to the Giant Beat bell, but there's two different inflection points. This looks like I don't know, the spaceship, like comes Klaatu, right? But again, you hear that has a rude type quality. I don't have a rude to compare it to, but listen, think about a Copeland special. All right, and here is another 18 we're going to put with that 502 plus 18, 1425 grams. I talked to Eric Paiste personally about it. They use like a proprietary technology to make that. It's not lathing, and there's nothing on the bottom is rude. It's like rude. There's nothing on the, well, yeah, I don't think there is. So what they do is they hammered it. You can see the smaller hammer, the larger hammer, smaller hammer. It's pretty cool. And then I think when they punch that finish in, it's cool. You know what would be really, really cool? There might be a slight lathing on the underside. I don't think so, but possibly very light, is if they did like a Giant Beat lathing all the way out. You know what I mean? On the underside. Bring it back as a different cymbal. If you wanted to, you could also put the Giant Beat bell on or the 2002 bell smaller. But I think you should bring this back. B8. God, how would it sound at B20, man? Anybody try that? All right, so here we go. This is the Color Sound 5 18-inch crash model that I took the red off a while back. And this one is 1421. So these are only 4 grams apart, okay? This is essentially, it has the original Giant Beat bell. It's a Color Sound 5. I took the color off. The Color Sounds up until the recent 900s. What they used to do is they'd use the Giant Beat bell, as is now even found on the Rudes. Or it's a very, very close, reasonable facsimile on the modern Rudes. Believe it or not, I talked to somebody, they said that the original Giant Beat bell die was broken or something. I don't know. But, Giant Beat bell, lathing from top to bottom is similar to 2002 as well as the underside, but it's not. It's really actually more similar to the 602 or CYMBAL. Slightly more Zildjian-y lathing. But again, from the shoulder here to the edge is 2002 lathing. You know what I mean? And this one's cool because this kind of has, if you look at it a certain way, I can see the nipple hammering. Refer to my other videos regarding the nipple hammering. It really should be the flat breast hammering, but I call it the nipple hammering. All right, this is the presence of what it, anyway. So here we go. 1421, 1425, color sound 5, crash, 502 plus, crash. Here we go. All right, so that's a neater comparison just because both have larger bells, which will give it more bell tone, more upfront attack, like, right? So, yeah, so that's it. But I was gonna, I wanted to comment, those Peisty PST7s. Yeah, you know what's so funny? I think I referred to one of my videos. It was almost like if you could find a classic A Zildjian, a regular Evita Zildjian line, right? Not the, but the regular that you loved, and made like a B8 ringy version out of it, it would be the PST7s. Seriously, I think a lot of people who are really into B20 and never really thought that all cymbals should be made out of that, they should either try the PST7 or the reissue giant beats. I said that back in the day. They sound really, really good in the near field. That's the thing with B8 and stuff. You want it to carry in the far field, right? But B8 sometimes can sound real harsh in the near field. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you, the reissue giant beats, man, I wish if I had Pisces or then, I wouldn't have called them giant beats. They should have reissued the giant beats with the proper bell. They just should have. And should have done like the thing that they do with like the, where like an 18, you might have two models, or you could just do an 18, might be maybe 1,380 grams at the top and 15. You really should have two models. You could have the original giant. Yeah, you'd probably need at least an original giant beat. Like what Bob used to say is that I think the thinnest 18-inch he ever had was 18 something, and the heaviest he ever had was like 1560 or something. It's a pretty big spread. It is interesting when you notice the Zeppelin thing, where I think Marcel Vogelmann got that from Peisty. The cymbals that Bonham got, there is a giant beat he gets, and in parentheses it says heavy. All right, so wait, what else did I want to do though? There was one more thing. No, I guess not. All right, so let's just, check this out. This is my new muffling system. I need something up there. Let's put up the 18-inch crash. All right, here we go. This is a reasonable sort of facsimile of a 2002. This is a 2002 Reflector. They used to offer them. They didn't necessarily used to I've never seen one that has Reflector written on it. Maybe later years they did. So it's essentially like a 2002 with the smaller focus bell, but with the giant beat lathing and a tiny bit more brilliant. Maybe a quick buff pass in the buffer. All right, so we have the Peisty 18-inch crash 2002 with the Peisty PST7 18-inch crash. Ready? Now bear in mind, this is 1425. I do, gosh darn it, I do love that 15 to like 1430 gram range, as well as like that. There's also there seems to be sweet spots. Anyway, all right, but I don't know what I did with the Zildjian Eye. I wanted to get that back up to compare it. Did I show you this? I got this 6 nap by 1460 super sensitive. I had to get that. I had to. I really wanted to get it. It's very... Hang on. Wait, what happened there? What was that, man? Well, wait, what happened? Something isn't right. What's going on with that? Man, something is not right. We gotta get this off. This has to go. This rubber. You will not be there. You will go. Hang on. Hang on. Time out. Son of a bastard. I'm gonna put you there. Put you there. And you. Oh yeah, here we go. Ready? Gosh darn it. Why is that suddenly so... the head broke! Oh, no. Wait a minute. Oh, my God. This is a Remo Soundmaster. An original. Haha! Check this out. Look what this is happening on live television. Years and years ago. I went to Midwest Percussion, and they were like practically giving away these Remo Soundmaster heads. And I still have some here. New old stock, and it's like a plastic cowl. It's exactly like... I didn't know that... Hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now check this out. All right. Look at that. They were there in a box. Look, I have how many left? 8? And he gave them to me for $1 a piece. I bought like 30 of them. And then he proceeded to take one. Brian, I think his name was, God love him. And he grabbed it, he went, and just ripped it right. He's like, that's why. I'm like, well, but this one seemed to last, I don't know, 40 years. It's certainly a different, this has the Remo Soundmaster light-coated, made in USA. That looks relatively new. It's at least 20 years old, because that's, I've had them for 20 years. But this one, Remo Soundmaster Head for Batter by Weather King, made in USA. Regular US patent. All right, well, I'm going to change. I'll do a head change, another video. We'll change the head on these, super sensitive. Same as the, should I put on, I'm not going to put another one of these. I'll put on a frickin' Ambassador. You know what I might do? I want to check out possibly a vintage Ambassador that Remo makes now, because I think that might be closest sort of to the original Emperor, at least as you can get. But anyway, thanks for watching. Yes, the Remo, wouldn't it be funny if there's some Jillionaire like, I've been looking for one of those for 10,000. Well, you know I have 6. 5. Thanks for watching. More videos on the way. Hopefully you dug the cymbal comparisons. Thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye.